That shit's crazy.
Rock and roll life, man. I think he was like 50 years old too, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he wasn't even that old, man.
Better say that. I'm gonna be there in a few years. I'll pass his prime. Yeah. And I think we're on.
Are we deep?
Check, 1, 2, check.
Shoot. I guess I gotta say.
Check, 1, 2, check.
Start clocking in.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We'll clock in till we're ready to go.
Clocked in and rocked in, right?
Hello, everybody. Spider here, the Fight Card Podcast. Once again, being joined by Aaron Suarez, should I say. We are in San Antonio, Texas. Of course, it is Friday, and it is April Fool's. Yeah. Actually, April 1st, man.
Oh shit.
Yeah, man. So there's no show today, by the way, guys. Till next time.
Till next time.
Yeah. Take it easy. I just want you to make you drive all the way out here and then send you home. We're close today.
We're close today, man. Oh, fuck. I mean, can you help me out with some gas money?
I know, dude. I'll put a little jar outside. Tips. Accept tips. But yeah, man. I mean, we're in San Antonio. Fiesta officially started yesterday.
Yeah.
And like I told you earlier, man. I was thinking about going, and then I realized parking was like $20 and. It's like 3 blocks from here, so I decided not to. I said, you know what?
Do the open mat and...
Yeah. Roll for a little bit. I'll be right back. I'm going to use the bathroom. Freaking run down the street in my rash guard and my key pants. But, man, a lot has been going on. I know you've been busy with work.
Yeah.
Is there any way you can get a day off, man?
I'm trying to, man. It always feels like I'm on with something. But, yeah, I mean, it's getting easier. It's getting better. Now it's just trying to figure out the different sleep schedules and times going from days to nights and nights to days. And, I mean, my calendar is typically, like, I like it just, like, clear. And that's not that at all, so.
Now you wake up and the wife's like, oh, we got plans.
I'm still
like,
here.
Man, I'm going to laundry my underwear all day and... Now you gotta put on pants.
That's just a bummer. No, man, yeah, like I said, I woke up and was like, hey, you remember the Spurs game? I was like, yeah, I totally remember the Spurs game tonight. I didn't remember the Spurs game.
And of course, you're going tonight.
I'm going tonight, man, so we're gonna, me and the kiddo, we're gonna hang out.
You going with the whole family, or just
No, we can only afford to send 2.
Okay.
So, it was me and my oldest son. Now he's doing something for his school, I think, with the orchestra, and like they're playing or something like that. So,
oh, nice.
We're gonna go, man, hang out, see the Spurs, hopefully win and make the playoffs. I don't know.
they have a better chance than the Cowboys going to the Super Bowl now.
Hey, you know what? That's probably true.
You know
man.
what?
That's
it's
probably
something
true.
to look forward to, man.
But man, it's kind of depressing, man, seeing the Spurs, not doing so well. But I mean, I get it, man. We had 20 years of good playoff runs and good memories. So, I mean, I guess I can't be too hard on them, man. No. Everybody's got to fall a little bit, right? So.
Man, I was thinking about this the other day because I was in elementary school when they picked up David Robinson.
Dude,
I remember it was like a big thing, and I remember a little corner store, like they had like big posters of him, and I was like, oh, cool, man. I was like, dude, like maybe 5th grade.
Yeah.
But so, I mean, David Robinson played for a lot of years, bro. I mean, he played, he made, him, the team that was there, they're the ones that brought the team back. And of course, later on with, God, I forgot his name.
With Tim Duncan?
There you go, Tim Duncan. How can I forget that?
See, now, Tim Duncan, for me, I was like in 6th grade when he came in. I was like, all right, cool.
They're like, I remember that. Yeah, but it goes to show, man. I mean, it's just we get so used to seeing them on TV, and then they retire, and like, man, what's going on?
Yeah, I'm gonna watch tonight's game, and I'll be like, who the hell's that guy? Who the hell?
Exactly, dude. I saw the game the other day, and I'm like, is this high school?
Yeah.
I was like, dude, what's going on, man? Like, but there's a lot of new faces.
Yeah.
And I guess that's always the hardest part is having, building everybody to where everybody clicks, and they can play well, man. But hopefully, that's this year.
Yeah, man, we'll see, man. Like I said, right now they're doing the play-in thing, which is kind of like it's the 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th seed or whatever. So, I mean, I think that's a new little interesting aspect, to the playoff, scheme and game or whatever. So I like it. It's whatever. But right now they're sitting at number 10.
Yeah.
If they win tonight, that's gonna keep the Lakers out of that little play-in game. So. Anytime we can keep the Lakers out of the playoffs,
that's definitely something to shoot for.
Yeah, man. Anytime we can keep the Lakers out of the playoffs, great, good. I want it.
Yeah, and that's actually pretty dope, man. I mean, it's like I tell people, man, like I don't mind watching other sports, but I gotta be there live. Like I can't watch it on TV, bro. Like if it's football, even if it's soccer, man, I'll go watch it if it's live. But I just can't sit at home and watch. Just like with the fights, man. I mean, I've been doing it lately on my phone through, the whole UFC Fight Pass, but. I can't stay home and watch the UFC event. You know what I mean? It just doesn't feel right, man.
It is, yeah, it's not the same. And speaking of that, man, having to see some things live or whatever, you got to see hockey. I don't know if
I've actually,
dude, hockey's like something.
Kick his ass.
Yeah.
Dude, the Dragons, San Antonio Dragons, when they started here, man, I was following them. I'd go to their, and it doesn't get packed. I liked it for a lot of reasons. Your beer's always cold because there's cold in there. So, I mean, that was always good, But yeah, man, I mean, I'm definitely a huge, not huge, but I was a pretty big hockey fan. For soccer, I mean, I picked it up mostly out of, I lived in Florida, and that's pretty much how they played out there, wrestling, bro. But when I came back over here, like, I started following a lot of the U.S. soccer teams. I mean, of course, it's just good. I just never followed a team, but I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
I'll say that.
Yeah, well, I live like down the street from Hero Stadium, but it's the Toyota Field.
Oh yeah, that's
whatever.
Right.
Yeah, I live down the street from there, man. So it's pretty cool, man. I mean, you always hear the noise and everything like that, and people going crazy. And I, shout out to Steven Jr. I know they were like always going to.
Oh yes, bro.
I don't know, man. I mean, I would ask some of my friends, like, hey, man, is soccer really like that crazy? Like, dude, you got to go to a live event. I've never been, and I still haven't. I got to make a conscious decision to go out there, but we'll see how that goes, man.
And I'll say this, but I mean, same thing, because if you see it live, and it's different. I mean, of course, people make fun of soccer because it takes, it's just kicking the ball back and forth, man. My oldest played in high school, man, and I was definitely a fan of that. But having seen her work and train hard and then go, and it's like, okay, it's kind of like fighting, man. You train weeks, months, and then it's only like 15 minutes, And it's like, okay,
if that.
Yeah, exactly, bro.
If that,
so it's just like, well, it's a give and take, man. But yeah, other than that, man, I mean, I've been pretty busy myself. Like you, I don't have a job. Well, I mean, I do, but I don't have to clock in and clock out.
Yeah.
But I've been talking to a lot of good people, man. I mean, just right off the bat, I had a fighter. Of course, she's fighting for Sparta Sports and Entertainment, and amateur fighter, man. But I mean, she started out with kickboxing, basically for stay fit. A friend invited her. She ended up liking it, staying with it. Ended up taking like amateur boxing bouts just to do them. And the one thing that I liked about her, man, of course, Courtney Cameron did, was that she was like, you know what, I just wanted to try everything just to see what I was good at and what I wasn't good at. And that way, when she went back to MMA, she can kind of, okay, well, this is what works. And experience, man, I like that. I like that. I think we've talked about it before. When you're an amateur fighter, do boxing, man. Do kickboxing. Just
get in there.
Yeah, get in there, get a little experience. I mean, if you're planning on going pro, then it's not gonna affect you because it's just like, hey, it's amateur anyway, right? It's experience.
Yeah.
But that was one of the things, and of course she's got a fight coming up. This is gonna be for Sparta, and after that she's got a title fight, and hopefully, like she was saying, go pro.
Where's Sparta out of?
Well, I know. The promotion itself moves, Minnesota. I want to say it's out there, but I know she was saying during COVID they kind of moved it out of the state because, restrictions and everything else.
Yeah.
But it's actually the one that Shields, that young man. I'm gonna actually interview him again.
Oh, okay,
He's fighting for that for a title.
The last Boy Scout.
Yeah, there you go, man. Yeah. Give him a quick shout, man. But definitely, he's gonna be fighting for a title in his next match. So on the same card, so that's pretty cool. So I've already touched base with him and his dad. So.
Nice, man.
It's cool, man. I like it, for the fact that, I mean, you were an amateur fighter at one time, and of course, I mean, when you were out there, it was about experience. Do you look back and you think, man, I wish I would have done boxing. I wish I would have tried something else.
Definitely, man.
You didn't do kickboxing, though, right?
Man, you know what? I tried to sign up for a couple of smokers, and then it fell through. So, I mean, but nah, man, definitely as an amateur, fighter or whatever, or even just starting out, go do them all. Like, who cares if you win, lose, or whatever? Just go out there, get experience. Make sure that you're matched up fairly evenly, right? So it's a good fight. You're not just getting your ass kicked. But yeah, I mean,
experience for the other guy.
But but yeah, go out there, man, experience whatever. Go cross into other sports, do different things. But just be a fighter. Get into into that situation as often as possible, man. Yeah. So I'm all for it, man. I would encourage that.
No, yeah, and let me say this, because of course you the other day you were here. Of course, you mentioned your son was getting into wrestling. Mm-hmm. Now, if you were to get into something and say, Dad, I wanna fight, you know, I wanna start competing. I mean, of course, we talked about you being a wrestling dad. You're gonna be out there in the stadium, not give advice. But if you were to start training in MMA, I mean, would you work out with him? Would you train him? Would you?
I don't know, because I would just, I'd want to hold him to a higher standard and. This and that, and so I don't know, man. I think I would be able to kind of differentiate between, son and training partner and stuff like that. I mean, I, want to give him some advice, but probably not, man. I'd probably want to really just try to keep it separate. Really, if I'm looking at it, do I want to be a teammate or a coach or a dad? And I'd much rather be a dad. I'd much rather say, hey, son, like, come talk to me. Like, I got the experience of, training and fighting and stuff. So come talk to me. I'm going to be able to relate with you. But at the same time, like, I don't want to be on the mats with him and, blood, sweat, and tears. And then now he looks at me. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a different relationship. I want him to build those relationships with the teammates that he's going to have, and because he's got to go through his own stuff. And I think...
That's pretty cool, man. I appreciate that, man.
I think if me being on the mat with him, I might... kind of overshadow some of those experiences that he might have on his own. So, nah, man, I think if I'm having to choose between the two, I'd rather just be...
Tell him you got to win your own 2 titles.
Yeah.
I can do it for you, buddy.
I can't... You can touch him.
You'd be out there with the belts.
I don't know if you know this, but back in the day, right?
Back in the day, we used to scuffle a little bit,
I was known to throw some fisticuffs, if you will.
Yeah. Man, talking about fisticuffs, dude, like we mentioned, Fiesta's here, man. So,
Fiesta's here, man.
Those out there, of course, if you're going to be out and about, be careful,
Be careful, man. You don't want to get Will Smith.
No, yeah, definitely, man. Especially with the fisticuffs, Man, one of the things I will say is, like yesterday, people were like, oh, man, there's undercover cops everywhere. And I'm like, dude, that's every Fiesta, They're out there.
They're always out there.
It's a good thing because, I mean, if you're out there to have a good time, of course, you don't want to have somebody get in your face and pull a Will Smith and sucker punch you or something, but yeah, man. I mean, I'm all for it, dude. I mean, but back in the '80s when I was going, dude, with my family, I mean, of course, it always happened like right down the street at Market Square, of course, and the carnival was right across the street, so everything would get closed off, man. Mm-hmm. And back then, like with my older siblings, like we used to walk home, like from here all the way to Commerce and Joe McMullen.
Okay,
and it was kind of funny because everybody would walk home, so it's kind of like everybody would walk each other and hey, I'll see you later. But while we're walking, we're talking to people and it was fun for the most part, man. I mean, of course, as I got older, started drinking, so yeah, not so much, But yeah, man. But I mean, of course, for those that haven't been to San Antonio, of course, man. I mean, there's a lot. I mean, especially this next 2 weeks, there's going to be a lot going on. Oyster Bake, of course, is going to be going down at St. Mary's University. Mm-hmm. I was going to ask Jose Cabral, because he's always out there with Mike Rangel, man. Yeah. I was going to say, fight, because he's training, right? He's actually training for a fight.
He's training, man.
So I don't know if he's going to skip Oyster Bake. I'm going to find out, man. I'm going to ask him.
I don't know, man, because I do always see their pictures kind of just always together, so I wonder where they're going to pop up next. And
tag me, so I feel like I'm doing something.
Yeah, man, they should make like a little mini-series on that or something, like where they...
Partying with the, and then boom.
That's good.
That's actually, man, that would make for a good reality show, man. Especially those hats they keep popping up with. You gotta give them props for that, man. I mean, they can pull it off, so definitely.
Oh yeah.
But man, let me ask you. I mean, of course, we were talking about Courtney and her fight. So I mean, best of luck to Courtney, if you're listening. Best of luck. The Headhunter, her nickname, bro. When I saw that, because I had looked her up and I was like, oh, okay, she's done kickboxing and she's fought and she has a title. So I was thinking, oh, maybe she likes to go for that knockout, But it turned out, I mean, her coach gave her that name, and she how she described it was basically, her coach saying it, well, you're the head of household, you're the head, so it just fits, you're the head hunter. You go out there and you hunt, and and so she kind of stuck with it. So it kind of threw me off because I was way off. I was like, oh, okay, well, I was thinking completely different, but I thought that was cool, man. And the fact that her name, the way it's spelled, man, Courtney, she had said, I mean, of course her parents gave her that name, and unfortunately, her mother had passed last year, and so it meant a lot for her. Just the name itself was what kind of made it different from everything. It's just so it was a cool analogy. I mean, I liked it, man. She was a great person to talk to. Of course, we talked a little bit before and after the interview. But man, I mean, I'm pretty sure you haven't been able to talk to anybody, right?
No, man. Like
In your sleep, maybe.
dude. I'm like, I get home and I'm just like, hey, what's going on? It's like 4 a.m, right? So I'm like, so nobody's awake, huh? Like, nobody wants to. Okay, all right, man, cool. Like, you know, and then of course, like, like even on my days off, man, because I'll try to keep the same routine or whatever. So, I'm up like at 2 or 3 a.m. and trying to see if anybody's like, hey, anybody? No, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and sleep now, or at least I'm gonna try to, or. By the time I'm like, hey man, you guys got a few minutes? Like, dude, I'm about to go to sleep. I got work tomorrow.
Yeah, you're like,
and I'm like,
this, right?
all right, I'll see you later. So, I still haven't found like an early morning bar. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so yeah, I definitely need a place to.
Yeah, we'll just sit outside in the parking lot, man.
having my nerd focus, man.
I know, man. I need it, bro.
I took a case to work, and like by the end of the day, dude, they were gone, dude. So it was good, man.
You were like Oprah.
You get
a nerd focus. Start throwing them at your boss.
Yeah, dude. It's like, hey, Aaron, you can't be doing that. I was like, what are you talking about?
What's going on, buddy?
Whoa. I'm not selling them.
I know.
I'm just gonna place them right here, and if people want them, they can have them.
If they want to leave a tip, then that's on them.
That's on them.
It's encouraged.
It's encouraged.
No, I mean, of course, man. I like them, dude. I mean, I've been taking them when I can because. Like I was saying earlier, I'm old, and me waking up this morning it took a little while. I had to rock it like 3 or 4 times before I can get off bed, bro. I was like, oh, okay, it's gonna be one of those days.
It's gonna be one of those.
Man, let me. I will say this, man. Of course, Warren Stewart. I talked to the guy this past week. He's out there on the road working with B2B Fighting Series. Van Vo. I mean, I was able to interview a couple of the guys. And basically, like everybody that's working with the promotion's a fighter, bro. Either they fought or they are fighting or are gonna be fighting. And they took me to the back. I don't know if you saw that video, but they took me to the back. The way they have the spaces that's like separated for the fighter. They have like all this gauze. They have like everything. And I was thinking like, man, like that. For me, that means a lot, bro. Because I was just like, back then you couldn't even get a mat. Where are we gonna warm up? Oh, go in the back.
Yeah. Just you'll figure it out. Yeah. Keep your shoes on because there might be glass.
There you go, man.
But that's cool. Like, I mean, and this is like, anytime you can get. Ex-fighters or current fighters or whatever, running a promotion or having kind of that insight, like they understand what fighters are going to need. And you're saying, I mean, they had gauze, they had all that stuff there. Because how many times, I mean, I know I've been to many events where we go and we're like, damn, dude, like, who has gauze? Like,
tape,
dude, mouthpieces and all that stuff. So it's it's nice that they're able to give that kind of insight and they're kind of able to stay ahead of it if anybody needs it. Now, hopefully, I mean, I don't know if they're charging for that stuff or whatever, just in case. Like, I think
everything was just for the fighters, man.
So that's great. So hopefully, it's cost effective,
I'm sure. It's a write off. They write it off. I don't know how they do it, but they just write it off.
Like, well, put it down. We got you.
Just that within itself, because I mean, you've been in the fight game. Myself being backstage, just watching the fighters, and literally just like coaches looking for, hey man, who's got tape or who's got, and I had. Told you this before. Like I was a guy, even though I was media, I always had my second cornerman license when they used to be around. But I always had tape. I always had stuff with me just because I already knew. Like, oh man, if somebody be like, dude, I'll have any gauze, and I'm like, bro, I got, I worked at Academy, so I always got my discount. And I was like, yeah, I'll hook it up. But it was just little things. But I was just like, you know what, man, I was glad I was there and I had it when they needed it because it helps.
Yeah, no, definitely, man. It's always good to be proactive when it comes to that stuff, man. I don't know how many times you've seen it, but I've seen it at least 3 times where fighters are going down to the ring and they forget a mouthpiece.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, the fighters they're not the best at being proactive and staying on top of their own equipment sometimes. So.
I've seen here regional circuit wise, man, twice where they had to run back and get their cup. Like they have their cup, bro. And I was just like, oh yeah, you need that, man, because this guy's gonna be kicking.
Oh, dude, yeah.
But man, yeah, I mean, of course, through the fight game, I mean, we've talked about it many times before, man. I mean, just the promotions that have gone through here, a lot of good ones, a lot of them that I wish would have stuck around. But I mean, we talked about. I mean, right now, as far as Texas, man, we have Fury UFC, the only one on the UFC Fight Pass, so that's a good thing.
Yeah.
XKO, I mean, we bring them up out there in Arlington, in the Fort Worth area. The amateur circus, man, there's actually, the Texas Clash Catch Wrestling Coalition, of course, they're doing their own grappling format, catch wrestling. We've talked about them. Texas Clash, the amateur circuit that's going on of course, it happened in Corpus. What was it, Robstown?
Robstown.
And of course, they're going back to Victoria. And there's another one popping up in Victoria called Tap or Scrap, I believe.
Yeah, Tap or Scrap. I saw that one.
Yeah, so that's good, man. I mean, it's just, I don't think, I mean, there's enough fighters, I mean, of course, people are going to be trying to get the same ones probably just if they sell tickets, but I mean, there's a lot of people out there to match up, especially in the amateur circuit, man. So I'm definitely excited about that. Darwin Lamb, of course, we talked about him and the guys out there doing the Tuesday night fights every second Tuesday of every month, I believe he was saying. But another opportunity for people that want to get their feet wet and get in there, get some experience. There's quite a bit out there, man. I mean, there's a couple of smokers. I mean, of course, we talked about the Muay Thai event that happened last weekend in Texas City, Texas. And that one, man, I want to go to all of them, bro. I ain't gonna lie. It's just, timing and this thing called money. It's like, what gives, man?
We need some more of that.
Yeah. I know it's there. I just don't know how to get it, man. I'm trying. But
I would like some more.
Yeah. Put it in my jar, on top of my refrigerator. But yeah, man. I mean, the fight's coming up. I mean, UFC. I'm not gonna lie. I know that they're popping up left and right with fights. I see bouts coming up. I'm not sure which one exactly is the next one coming up because I've been pretty busy trying to keep up with these regional promotions. But yeah, man. I mean, I'm constantly looking for other promotions out there. I know there's this one that I found called Cagezilla, and I was like, man, I would fight in it just because of the damn name, right? but I mean, I just it's just like, man. I mean, I guess you got to come up with something, man. And of course, this one's by the Fans One Presents Amateur Circuit. But Cagezilla, man. I mean, they actually have a bout coming up. This is going to be. Let me see, when is this? April 23rd in Virginia.
Okay.
So, it's just a quick blast. But yeah, man, I mean, it's just, I'm constantly, like I said, I'm looking for, I see fighters posting their fight coming up, so I look at the promotion, I see what they're doing. I share their stuff on the page just to kind of get it out there. But yeah, man, I mean, there's a lot of stuff coming up. Shoot, bro. I mean, there's one, Arena Wars is another one. And this one's going to be April 9th, which is like a week away. And, it's just, I mean...
Is there anything happening like April, like, I mean, not like fight-wise, but like April 9th? Like, is there anything happening? Like, or is it just like a Fiesta thing, or is it...
What do you mean, as far as here?
Just, yeah, as far as here.
I'm sure there'll be a fight. Market Square somewhere.
We should commentate a fight down there. I'm like,
man, I'm down, bro. And let me say this, bro, because it happened yesterday, I believe. They keep calling him the Hispanic Elvis, but I grew up. We used to call him the Mexican Elvis.
Yeah.
Because that's, I mean, so they're using Hispanic. I don't know if that's politically correct. But the Mexican Elvis, man. I mean, of course, he's a local here to San Antonio. Unfortunately, he passed away. The guy was in hospice, I believe, man, and he was in pretty bad shape, man. So the fact that he's able to rest, by all means, I mean, it's ironic that he passed away right before Fiesta because everybody knows him for being in Fiesta. So yeah, man, it's just it sucks. I saw it and I was like, oh man, because I see that guy everywhere, bro. On the west side, I see him on his bike, jamming out with his cardboard guitar, and I'm like, shit, rock on, bro.
Yeah. So like, you gonna pay any homage to him, man?
Man, I might shave my beard and let my sideburns grow, man. Who knows, dude? I just might.
Hell yeah, man.
But yeah, man. But that happened here. I mean, for those that don't know, of course, the guy is local to San Antonio, and made whatever he could out of life, man. So more power to him.
No, definitely, man.
Now let me ask you, bro. As far as fights, of course, the next one is they're talking about Burns. I'm sorry, Burns and Kazmat.
Yeah.
Kazmat. Can't pronounce his name.
I just like saying Chimaev.
Yeah. You see, I gotta use that one. But yeah, man. I mean, we talked about that fight before because they've been putting it up for a minute. Your thoughts on that, man? I mean, as far as style wise, are you thinking grappling match? Are you thinking?
I will. I mean, damn, dude. I don't know. Like now, I'm at the point where, like. I mean, I want to believe the hype, behind him, especially with him training with Darren Till, and how highly Darren Till, really speaking of Chimaev, man, just during his training and his grappling, and Man, I don't know. Yeah, I think he's gonna kind of run him over. I think might get past the first round maybe, but I'm thinking
Let me ask you this, because
out.
both guys are basically great grapplers.
Mm-hmm.
So do you think they're gonna not grapple because of that and actually have a stand-up war?
Typically, I would say that, but I think Chimaev just might be able to just be a lot better at grappling and get him down. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. I don't know, man. I mean, he's kind of just one of those, wild cards. I think he has a really a strong purpose on what he's trying to get done. He had talked about, I guess I believe it was his aunt or his mother or something like that. That they needed money, passed away already, and it's like so. When you have somebody like that that's fighting for something a little bit more than himself, he's a dangerous man. And with the way he's training, with the way he's doing everything, people that he's wanting to link up with to get some more training in together, like, man, I don't see Burns being able to stop him. If he wants to go to the ground, I think he's going to take him to the ground. And man, I don't know. I just see him choking out Burns.
Really? You think he's going to go via submission?
Yeah, dude. I think he is, man.
So. He'll probably just, smash him.
Smish him.
Smish. Yeah, but I think it'll be via TKO, man. I think just like, I do think he's going to out grapple him. I think he's going to overpower him and just get him in a bad spot and just go crazy on him, but Burns, of course, he's a good guy. He's a top grappler. I know he was supposed to be come down here to San Antonio for a seminar a while back. I haven't seen anything since. Because the fight popped up, so I was thinking, well, maybe he's just gonna train.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. But that's it's a good matchup. Definitely. Both guys have at least top 15, right? Right now.
I want to say yeah. So this will be like an actual test for him, or to kind of see where he's at with the other guys that he's fought. Not that they weren't good. They're in the UFC, but this will actually be a guy who's he's been around for a while. Got a good name behind him. We know he's tough, he's durable. So we'll see what Chimaev really is about, man. But seeing him and Till going around, man.
I know, dude. That's
like the best of friends.
I know, BFS forever, man.
Yeah, dude.
And that's, it's funny. It is funny. I guess Till went over to go train with him. Is that? Because they're both training at the what's that gym? I forgot the name of the gym. Yeah. But yeah, man. The fact that they actually linked up, and you were saying, he's invited McGregor. They've invited McGregor to go train with him, and they've invited
John Jones too.
Yeah. So it's like, that's kind of, I like that for a few reasons, man. And one of them is that I think, like, John Jones himself would actually get more out of this. You know what I mean? Like, train with somebody that's like, hey,
well, yeah, because I think Chimaev would call him out on some of his BS. If you know what I'm saying? Because Chimaev seems like he is that disciplined guy. He knows when to have fun and when not to. But when it comes to training, you heard him calling Darren Till, hey, let's go, fat boy, like, So I think John Jones was lacking, in any area which is discipline. Chimaev would call him out for it. So, but yeah, and then yeah, Greg's right, man. Darren Till is showing him the ways of MMA business and training partners, man. That's a big thing, man. Your team is what's going to help you, and it's weird training with a team just because, the sport itself is an individual sport, right?
Right.
You go in there, you're by yourself, this and that, but you can't get anywhere if you don't have teammates, right? If you don't have good coaches, and there's actually another post that I read earlier, where it talked about a kid. He was kind of trouble, like not trouble, but he, the coach was telling him, hey, you need to work on this, and the kid's like, hey, well, what does it matter? I won. And it's just like, well, you're not understanding what the point is, like, you know what I'm saying? And so, when you have kids that aren't even willing to take that coaching and stuff like that, and they don't understand that it is a team sport, you just happen to perform by yourself, it makes it kind of weird. Like, I don't know. I was reading the post and I was like, dude, like I don't know how I would have. No, I do know how I would have attacked it.
Yeah.
With that kid, but it's. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like, well, that's. I don't know how old the kid is, but it's like, dude, it's like a teen or something like that. That's a cancer.
Yeah.
You gotta kind of put him off to the side and whoop his ass a little bit.
You see, and it reminds me because the local guy here, Adam Gates, from Southside.
Oh yeah, Southside.
He had talked about that. He had talked about he won, but he said, man, I saw a lot of things I got to work on.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's freaking great mentality, man. Because that's you know, even if you're undefeated, like there's always going to be something.
There's always going to be something, man.
And the fact that you don't want to stop growing, that's only going to be better for you. So, but yeah, man, that's a great way to, you know.
Everything's always about your development, man. Regardless of how you're looking at things, man. You know, and hopefully, you know, that kid doesn't realize it too late, you know, in life.
Oh, yeah,
but,
definitely, man.
You know, that, and again, that's kind of just my take on just even why, like, when my son does start wrestling, like, why I wouldn't want to be on the mats with him. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Because, I mean, he's going to have a coach. He's going to, you know, hopefully that coach knows what he's doing. Now, if the coach is a complete jackass, doesn't know what he's talking about.
Give me that whistle.
Yeah, come here. Get over here, you know, but...
Man, but yeah, man. But I mean, that's a great way. Definitely, you know, if you're out there, you know, women. I mean, of course, if you're undefeated, you know, I mean, definitely keep growing. Because if not, somebody's gonna knock you off that high horse, man.
Oh, real quickly,
you know?
man.
Let me say this real quick before I forget, man. Yesterday, LaToya Walker, man, Black Mamba, she retired, bro.
She retired.
She retired from combat sports. So, LaToya, thank you for the years of entertainment, like I had posted, and you know, it's unfortunate, man. But I mean, I think it's a great thing that people can walk away from the sport when they're ready, you know, before it's too late, you know, because you don't want to be fighting injured. And then, you know, I mean, of course she has a career. She's been working with the Austin, you know, fire department for years. So, you know, but yeah, man, I mean, I saw that and I was like, oh man, that sucks, you know, but I'm happy for her, you know, definitely whatever awaits, you know, her. I'm actually gonna reach out to her and I was gonna have her to come, you know, jump on here and plug in, man. Like,
yeah, come out, dude.
From the experience, just to talk, you know, and but yeah, man, yeah, but you know, enjoy your retirement. Of course, you know, she's gonna keep working. Unfortunately, you know, we all gotta work. But when it comes to combat sports, of course, you know, that's it for Black Mamba, of course, out of Austin, man. So
yeah, man. I mean, she's been a staple in the MMA scene, especially here in Texas, you know, for quite a while. I know at one point she was ranked like what, number 4 or 5 or something like that in the world. You know,
she was supposed to fight a Cyborg at one time, man.
Yeah, so I mean, you know, with what she's done or what she's been able to do, I mean, yeah, great on her. Glad. I mean, hopefully it's her choice to retire, and it's not so much, you know, being kind of forced out, you know. But fighting is something crazy where, you know, it's either, you know, you don't tell it when it's done, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes it tells you when you're done.
No, and, yeah, man.
But yeah, man, yeah, best of luck to her, man, after you know, in her retirement, and make sure that, you know, she's gonna do what she. Hopefully, man, I'd like to see her kind of. Hopefully, she'll coach or she'll do something or.
You know what, and that's one of the things I was gonna ask you, because I mean, of course, when like yourself, after you stopped competing, you know, you were coaching, you were out there in the gym, still training.
Yeah.
Now you're here, you know, so. Can't get better than this.
This is where I needed to be.
Yeah. But hopefully, like I said, I'm gonna reach out to her and invite her, maybe even to do, you know, over the phone, just to chime in and talk about her experience and go over some of the cards too, man. Definitely.
Yeah, man. It's good to see her like I'm doing like maybe like a women's segment or something like that.
Exactly, bro. Yeah.
You know, but yeah, man. We'll see how that unfolds for her. Yeah, best of luck to her, man.
Man, on to other things. Cage Warriors out of Manchester, England. It's actually going down right now, I believe, man. But,
shit, like right now, right?
Yeah, dude, we're going to have to be, turn this off, guys. I'm sorry. The fight. But it is on the UFC Fight Pass.
Yeah.
You know, SEC Arena, man. But I mean, I was watching some of the fighters. I was trying to do a little recap for the fight card, and it snuck up on me. I saw it yesterday, and I was like, oh, man, okay, too little too late. But yeah, man, I mean, it's always, you know, the guys are across the pond, you know, out there in England. And, you know, I just try to keep up. I mean, because even now, I mean, the fact that the UFC's traveling now, you know, it's just, it's good to see that they're going to be reaching out. Just kind of like I was telling one of the fighters yesterday, man, you know, with LFA, the fact that they travel with it and pick up talent from everywhere, you know, the UFC's going to be back at it, and I'm looking forward to that.
Can we just make it an Olympic sport already?
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, can we just get some of the... Like, I'd like to see that, man, country versus country. Just kind of, you know, see what it's like.
No, dude, by all means, bro. I mean... You know, I mean, I know, a while back it was Russia. They had the Russia versus U.S. The U.S. Tournament.
Well, no, I don't want to fight Russia.
No. Yeah. And of course, non-political. You know, this is just. And ironically, it was happening just when all that was starting. In the back of my head, I kept thinking, "Damn, dude, I hope these guys don't get stuck up there." Or, you know, but the car went. You know, the fighters were happy. They were like, "Man, there's nothing, you know, going on over here as far as hostility or anything." But yeah, I mean, of course, it's still in the news, and they're trying to. The man's trying to distract us from what's going on, and dude, I think it's trying to distract us from these parking spot the prices for these parking
prices.
here in San
Dude,
Antonio,
I saw that behind you. I was like, okay, man. Yeah. Hey, Jake, let me hold $1. Let me.
Yeah. I'm gonna be asking for a loan next week. Like, hey, buddy. Man, bro, one of the fighters I interviewed yesterday, as a matter of fact, man. I mean, he's fighting for the LFA card, of course. The guy, I had looked him up before, man, and I mean, the fact that he came from wrestling, he's a stud, dude. I mean, he's like, reminds me of a younger version of me if I was in shape and good looking, Good
looking.
But Scotty Rich, man, I mean, I talked to him yesterday.
Okay,
And the guy, I mean, it so happened that he's actually training full time. Mm-hmm. And he actually picked up an LFA contract, man. So I said, man, that's kind of cool, man, because now, I mean, instead of, like he was saying, he'd been training just staying ready because he was like, man, something came up, I was gonna jump on it. Mm-hmm. But the fact that they're getting contracts and like I mentioned earlier, the fact that the LFA is traveling, and he's like, dude, I'm willing to travel, so that's even better. You can fight people outside the circle, outside the box. The guy's wrestled for years. One of the things, and I had never thought about it till I talked to him yesterday. But I had asked him, I said, man, did you look up to other wrestlers like, Matt Hughes or Mark Coleman's, back in the day, and think, okay, well, this is what I gotta do? And he's like, nah, he said, not really. He said, man, I mean, I've wrestled so many years, like I already know what I can do in wrestling. I was looking up to like Muay Thai kickboxers and boxers. And I was like, well, I mean, it makes sense, of course. You wanna, add some more tools to your pedigree. Yeah. But I had never thought about it that way. But I was thinking, well, yeah, it's kind of, because back in the day, they had a reality show. I think it was for Bellator. Yeah. And it was Frank Shamrock. It was like 3 other people, and one of them on there. I mean, of course, a guy fought here in San Antonio back in the day. Wrestler, one of the guys that had competed, and they got to pick who they wanted. And one of the guys did like a whole takedown, ground and pound, and the guy was like, oh yeah, man, I want him on my team. And Frank Shamrock was like, why? He already does what you do. And I was like, what are you going to teach him? And I was like, oh, damn, dude, but that's perfect. Makes sense, because it's like, yeah, dude, I mean, you kind of want to get people, like if I see a wrestler and I'm a striker, I'm like, hey, let's work together. Yeah, let me show you how to set up and how to counter, and because those are things that you need. But the fact that Frank Shamrock said that years back, I was like, wow, dude, like, yeah, it makes sense, get people that are comfortable with you. Yeah. But yeah, man, the fact that, the gentleman, of course, is going to be fighting, Scotty Rich, man. I mean, of course, great shout, but I'm looking forward to his fight. I mean, he's fighting a hometown guy, and I was like, hey, any pressure? And he's like, man, I fight nothing but hometown people. Like, no shake on it, he's ready. The guy's got more experience, than him on the inside the cage, but looking forward to that, man. That's going to be in 2 weeks, of course, in Minnesota, man. So looking forward to that.
Minnesota, man. I mean, I figured they'd be real wrestling heavy anyway.
No, yeah. That's what I was thinking. I was like, man, it's got to be like, like Oklahoma. You go out there, kids are wrestling. Over here we're playing marbles,
playing jacks. We're getting ready for Fiesta, man. No events should be happening right now.
No, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, no. You tell anybody, it's like trying to fight on Christmas Day or something. It's like,
see, and that's one of the things I had asked him, because I said, hey man, I said, are you like those fighters? Because I know them. I know people that are like, oh man, I don't want to fight the holidays. They want to get fat and rest and everything else. Yeah. But he was like, nah, man, like I train every day. I'm ready. I'm teaching now. So so that mentality I can appreciate, and definitely because I mean, obviously he was training, getting ready, just waiting for something, and the LFA popped up, opportunity, and that's kind of like the whole, you gotta stay ready, right? Because
dude, well, I mean, with so many promotions coming up, man, there was there was a shared card, and it seemed like half the card needed opponents. Man, I mean, they had guys from like 135 to 205, and I was like, damn, dude, like at this point I was like, hey man, just cancel the show.
Bro.
Like there are so many holes.
And I'll say this, because an LFA card that happened here in I want to say Beaumont.
Okay.
They lost like 8 fights, bro. Like that card, they only had like 1 prelim. And it was like, and I think they just put it on the main card because they were like so short-handed. But the card still pulled through, man. But it was just like, dude, like that was kind of like, do we go through with it or do we just stop?
Yeah. It was a card, and then it was a fight, and then it was like, okay, 45-minute delay. Yeah. No, another fight, 45-minute delay.
But yeah, man. But I mean, other than that, bro. I mean, of course, the promotions coming through. There's a lot, regional wise. There's a lot of fights coming up, and I'm looking forward to it, man. I mean, we talked about it before. I mean, now that we have social media, we realize, okay, there's a lot of freaking fights going on, But I mean, back in the day, of course, you had to wait in the mailbox and see if somebody sent you an invite. Hey, let's go fight over here,
Let's go fight. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't like it is now. I mean, it was. I mean, of course, we had the Texas MMA forums back in the day, and we had other.
Is that still around or no?
I'm not sure.
I'd have to check, man. But yeah, I kind of missed that. I mean, I don't know.
That's a good question, man. I mean, the guys, I mean, they've been at it for years, bro. So definitely, they're the ones that started it here in Texas, and basically they're the reason why I started doing it everywhere else. I mean, I've said it before. At that time, I mean, the guys, I think it was in Houston and Austin. So I always felt like San Antonio, South Texas were always excluded. So I just started doing it on my end just to kind of cover everybody, man. People that weren't getting anything. But yeah, man, I mean, other than this, bro, I mean, of course, what are you looking forward to, man? Of course, the game tonight, of course.
Game tonight, man. Man, honestly, dude, I'm not looking forward to too much. I mean, I know there's plenty of cards coming up. I know there's a few guys that are getting ready to fight. I'm kind of holding my breath on anything because with fighting, you never know who's going to get hurt, who's going to get injured.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for a lot of things. I'm just kind of like, all right, let's just make it to fight night, and then we'll see who's there, and then I'll go from there. And then and yeah, you're right, Joel. I mean, yeah, those forums were kind of wild, so on there. But as far as that, man, I'm open. I'm excited for the was it Elevate Fighting Championships, with Chris Lopez, man. I'm trying to see, what he's going to be doing. He said he's going to be posting something here in the next couple of weeks as far as dates going out. So I'm excited to see what he's doing for that. He said he's going to be bringing it to San Antonio and Houston as well. So yeah, that's always
makes sense because I guess he lives in Houston, right?
I'm assuming San Antonio. Chris has been everywhere, so I have no idea. I think one time I texted, "Hey man, what's going on?" Dude, I'm just in New Mexico. I'm like, for what? Just hanging out.
At this point, might as well buy an RV and just
take
us out with him. You know what? But yeah, definitely, I'm excited for that. I know he said he was going to Austin. You get something going. But I will say this though, man. Manuel from Texas Clash had announced the other day that he had news for April 4th. So Monday he's going to be posting something, and my guess was that he's going to get a pro license.
I'm hoping.
Yeah, I mean, for that, I would be kind of excited, and I'd be looking forward to it. But yeah, man, I was just like, we'll see. He's going to be posting it on the Texas Clash group page, and we'll see what happens, man. But
yeah,
look forward to that.
I'm still just coming down from that high with Will Smith and slapping the crap out of
I know, man.
So
you see, man, and I thought about that, and the fact that people were like, oh, people are gonna be talking about the Oscars, and I'm like, what the hell is it? I completely forgot, bro. And I was like, oh yeah, like I thought that was just like, I grew up poor, so I used to watch all the local channels, and of course that's how we watched.
Yeah, dude.
But yeah, man, I hadn't heard from him and from that in years, and I can tell you right now, honestly, I'm still not gonna watch it.
Yeah, no. I like I said overnight, right? So I fell asleep. I woke up and it was like, hey, man, Will Smith slapped Chris Rock. I was like, oh. Like, right, man, I wonder what happened. All right, cool. I went to sleep, and
like, it didn't as much. That's a couple of memes, but they're still up there,
which I appreciate, right? So, man, I don't know, man. I couldn't get around the fact that just like you have so many different events, and people take the seriousness of the slap, however they want to, whatever. But no event is meme free. You know what I'm saying? Everybody gets me.
Nobody is safe.
So, that kind of sucks. But
bro, they had a video. Somebody made a video of a song. And I was like, man, I wonder if anybody's going to make a song. And if people are listening to this and you see that video, tag me or Aaron on it, because I was like, man, I want to put that on my ringtone, man. For some reason, it was a good song, man.
It was a good song.
Had a good hook. I was like, man, I'm down.
Well, and it was funny because it was I was watching, Instagram or whatever, and they had the Beverly Hills Ninja. You remember that movie?
Yeah.
So Chris Rock's in that movie too, but there's a part where he's on a palm tree.
Yeah, bro, swinging.
He's swinging, and he ends up flying through the window. So I'm just waiting for somebody to kind of put the slap together along with Chris going through the window, man. So if that's ideas out there.
That iced tea with Pookie. You know, that was funny. Just because I've seen that movie, so I was like, oh, okay. But yeah, man, it's just, you know, it's probably already done and over. I mean, it's just...
Yeah, man. Dude, I need at least another week or so, man, just full of memes.
Well, you slept the whole week, so...
yeah, you see, I'm a week behind.
You missed it, bro. You missed it. I'm sorry, man. You gotta wait for...
But everybody tag me in your best Will Smith memes, man. I want to see that. and I'm surprised, you know, maybe there's not like a, you know, Will Smith slapping, you know, Chris Rock and then him being thrown out like Jazzy Jeff, you know, on the Fresh Prince.
There was a photo of
there?
that. Yeah, not the actual video, but there was a photo of that. And I think it was Uncle Phil throwing, but, you know, it had Will Smith's face or whatever. Yeah. And he was throwing Chris Rock out, man. But yeah, that would be pretty cool.
I need to be tagged in more stuff, man. So.
And as a matter of fact, dude, every time there's something happens, I'm going to tag you because I know you're going to be asleep. We can wake up and be like, oh, shit.
I want to wake up to like 71 notifications. And I want them to be all memes.
Let me see. Let me start right now. Let me get on my phone and start tagging you.
Tag me in your stuff, man.
But, man.
I want to see it.
Dude, I mean, as far as, you know, the fights, Jimmy Flick, he's going to jump on board later today. And basically what I'm doing with the young man, I mean, the guy's a former, you know, LFA flyweight champion. Of course, he went to the UFC, got his win, retired, and I mean, he's working on that book, you know, so he's going to get a book published soon.
Nice.
But I invited him to come on and just basically go over all the LFA cards with me, you know, and I mean, I just figured, hey, you know, the guy's been there, he's fought for the promotion, holds the title, has the experience, and you know, I mean, so we're going to run the LFA 128 card later today. Video will be on our YouTube channel. Mm-hmm. For those watching, by all means, if you're on there, follow up, man. I mean, there's go to the YouTube channel, subscribe. Of course, you know, I mean, just like everything else, I mean, if we get more followers, we get more people, then, you know, maybe we'll be able to get enough sponsors to put cheese on that burger, man. Because I'm lactose intolerant, but dude, I'll eat it, bro.
But you'll suffer, man, if it's bougie enough,
I'll take that. But yeah, the YouTube channel is up there on the screen. Of course, if you're listening, share it. I mean, there's a share option. If you can do me a favor, hit the share button and send it out to like just 10 random people that you don't like.
Yeah, dude. That's the best way, man. Just giving people
off.
These notifications like, damn it, I gotta see this crap again.
Yeah, dude, like, damn it. I mean, for every subscriber that we get, you know, Aaron's gonna do one push-up. I'll get that on video.
Let's get it, dude.
So
I'm down.
So let's try to get no more than 10 because I don't want to call the paramedics.
Yeah, please.
8 minimum. But yeah, man. But I mean, you know, for people out there, I mean, of course, you know, once again, I mean, go to the website, you know, www.thefightcardpodcast.com. Aaron Suarez link is on there. Nothing new as of late.
Nothing new, man. You know, I'm sorry. You know, and that, I'm just real shitty on that, man. That's, you know, that's on me, man. So I got to call myself out, you know, and really just get something going, put some more stuff out there.
And I will say this, man. It's a lot of work, bro. And that's I mean, I see people that do what they do, and they're doing a freaking great job. And I wish I had those skills, but I can only imagine. I mean, they. You know,
it's a 24/7 thing. I was actually listening to something on the way over here, man, and it talked about, you know, like the entrepreneurship mindset, and man, I'm excited. It's 24/7, man. It's always a thing, and a lot of times, man, there's times where I just want to disconnect. I mean, I'm typically working about 15, 16 hours a day, you know, just with my regular job, and you know, it kind of always just feels like I'm on. Then I get home. Then I'm trying to be dad as best I can, right, with the kiddos and stuff like that, trying to catch up. And so sometimes, like, the podcast just isn't on my mind at times, man. I'll forget to look at fights sometimes.
How dare you?
How dare you?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But,
everybody, this is the last day for Aaron Suarez, by the way. But,
you know, I was going to say, man, but having this every week kind of, you know, helps me get back into the mood, you know, and I enjoy coming out here, man, just talking mess. Seeing about what other fights are going to be coming up. I know we have a couple different features that we can probably be looking at. Yeah. So maybe messing with that, man. But I know we're probably not the most tech savvy guys here. Yeah. But we'll get it, man.
We'll play it off.
Yeah, we'll pretend we are. So
what I'll do is I'll get what do you call the freaking board? I'll write stuff and I'll just put it in front of us. You know, that's as close as Photoshop as we're gonna get. But man, and let me say this, bro, because I haven't learned. anything since I've been doing this. I mean, I picked up a couple of things here and there, man. I mean, of course, I had somebody help me with some of the formats for the setup. But back in the day, I used to have an underground magazine. I think I told you, it was called The Zine, right? And I used to literally, it's like when the internet was barely taking place and people were already making zines that were like fucking, excuse my language, like freaking magazines. And I was at Kinko's, and I'm here cutting pictures and gluing pictures, and dude, like, I mean, it was like freaking caveman, right? But that magazine, bro, like, I had made 4 issues total, and I mean, I was able to get those in Germany, in England. Oh, damn. I mean, they went, bro, and people were like, from here or Austin or wherever I would go for like the music and shows, and they would call me and like, oh man, I picked up this magazine, I just ordered it from Germany, and I'm like, dude, that's fine, bro. Like, I was just like, damn. So. Yeah. But it's motivation, because now I'm like, you know what, dude? I mean, I get it. I'm old, dude. I'm old school. I'd rather watch, a man wearing a Godzilla costume than the old digital thing. But there's, I mean, there's a lot of old people out there, and I mean, I know there's 2 or 3 under probably watching right now. And I appreciate you guys.
Hey, we got up to like 7 earlier. So
all right, there you go. They probably clicked on there by accident, but hey, I'll still take it.
Hey, a win's a win, baby.
There you go. But yeah, man. But I mean, because of that, I'm like, you know what, man. I mean, I'm gonna do what we can. As far as, I mean, we learn more gadgets. We get more gadgets as we go. Then by all means. But yeah, I mean, I see formats out there, and I'm thinking, you know what, dude. I mean, I want this ideally to be something that people can come and just listen to. Like, I mean, it'd be nice to put like, flames and bottle, whatever, man, just to kind of get people's attention. But for the most part, man, I mean, even when it comes to like guests, you coming in, fighters, hopefully as soon as this Fury card, starts taking place, start bringing these guys in, and be able to just talk and talk about what's going on, man. I mean, I talked to Jamal Emmers, of course, last week, and
I got my wallet now.
Yeah, I was gonna say, he said thank you for the dinner. I mean, he couldn't make it here. I didn't want to buy him a plane ticket with your card, so I just sent him money, bro. I hope that's okay.
No, I appreciate it, man.
Yeah. No. We just FaceTime so we can both eat at the same time. But yeah, man. I mean, the guy's got a fight coming up, of course, and I'm gonna be running a couple of fights with the guy too. So he's gonna be chiming in, and that's one of the things that I've noticed and I've realized now, because. A lot of fighters now, after like 8-10 years, are realizing like, damn, I need something. Like I need. They're not big on TikTok. They're not big on Instagram. I mean, some of them are. Yeah. Sure, send me some followers. I know you got like 20,000-30,000. But a lot of people aren't, man. And those are the guys that are kind of like, damn, you know what, like myself, dude. I mean, we're loading this on YouTube, and of course you got. Kids freaking making billions and posting stuff, and I'm like, damn, we're a little too late, but
hey, dude, hey, we'll catch on, dude.
Yeah, man. Somebody let me put my cash app. If you guys can send me a 20, appreciate it.
I just need a couple, man. That's it, man. I just want to hold.
Or send Aaron, because he's got to pay for parking later. So yeah, send him a 20.
I'm charging it to the House of Jiu-Jitsu, man. I'm charging it to Jacob, man.
Yeah. Told Jacob you swept the lobby or something.
Yeah, dude.
I cleaned up, buddy. I worked it off. But yeah, man. But I mean, of course, as far as family, I mean, the family's good.
Family's doing good, man. Everybody's there. My 4-year-old man over here, if he's listening or watching or whatever, man, he's talking about Minecraft all the time. I was like, hey, man, what you doing, buddy? And he's like, oh, Minecraft. Hey, man, I'll come back later. What are you doing? Playing Fortnite? Okay, all right. And hey, you want to go hang out? And man, he would jump on me and all kinds of things, man. So I'll get up right from my sleep or whatever. And the first, and he's like, hey, Dad, you going to work? And I'm like, man, I just got up, man. Just got to the restroom, man. I'm not going to work today.
Go get something to eat, buddy.
And that tells you how much I'm I guess I'm in and out of the house.
Bro.
But he associates with me, getting up, going to work. So.
See, and that's, I mean, the fact that you make time for them, though, man, that's definitely something that. Like myself, of course, my kids are older now, but I mean, it's one of the things when I separated from their mom that I was doing it, when they were younger, man. By all means, like every time I had the day off, man, pick them up, go to the park, go somewhere. I always took them somewhere. But they appreciate that. Man. I appreciated that. I mean, even now, like, I mean, they send me a random text. They're like, hey, Tommy, what's going on? I'm like, who the hell's Tommy? I'm like, I'll take it. They text the wrong person, but you know what?
Hey, I'm still here for you.
I know. Yeah, it's his dad, but thanks. No, but yeah, they'll text me here and there, man, and it's always good to hear from them. I mean, they're here locally doing the adult thing, working. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, as soon as they start building up that savings, man, I'm going to start hitting them up.
Dude, hey, definitely, man. You ever go to, like, I mean, they're not Like, yeah, when they get in the house, because I know my dad was just like, man, as soon as you get a house, dude, I'm gonna go over there and I'm gonna, break your shit, see how you like it.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a mess, eat the food. All right, see you next weekend.
Yeah, so I mean, now I understand what my parents mean, right? Cause I'm like that. I'm looking at my kid like, hey, dude, what are you doing here? Like, why do you pick your shit off the floor?
Why are your feet up on the sofa, buddy?
Yeah, dude.
You pay rent? What's going on? I know, bro. And that's, I mean, it's some of the things that we realize as adults. Now we're kind of like, hey, okay, we're becoming our parents, I guess you can say.
Dude.
But, I don't know, man. I mean, I've got my mom living with me now, man. And like I said, I mean, we have a weird sense of humor when it comes to, we joke around a lot. And a lot of time maybe it's dark, I mean, like, and I love my mom, dude. I mean, every morning I'm like, hey, you still alive, lady?
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, yeah. And I'm like, oh, okay. Just checking. And it sucks to say, dude. But, I mean, it's just, I'm enjoying every second with her, man. I go in the evenings, we talk, we sit there. She's used to travel a lot. And that's one of the things that kind of made me realize even now. It's just like, man, we got to keep moving, bro. Because someday we won't be able to. And then what, But, yeah, man. I mean, it's just, being there. And, I mean, having to help her, having her, everything, I gotta, make her breakfast like I was telling you earlier before I leave, get her ready, get her clothes ready. We got a provider that helps throughout the day, so thank God for that. But other than that, man, go home and she's there, and I'm like, hey, watch TV, make her some, give her something to snack on if she's not hungry, and keep moving, man. But yeah, I mean, if you're out there and you're young, man, let me tell you, don't get old.
Try not to, man.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing, man. Yeah, I'll get up and I'm just like, that sucked. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, like, body definitely ain't moving like it used to, man. But, like I said, I had an accident with my foot, my left foot, man. So every now and again, dude, it's just, my wife's like, hey, you okay? And I'm like, yeah, I got to find the stupid ball and roll out my foot and, kind of, massage it, loosen it up a little bit so I can, get going for the day. But I know if I'm, like, too active or whatever, it'll really start messing me up or I was like, man, it just, and because I don't have any feeling in that heel.
Really?
Yeah, I don't have any feeling in the heel. So there was a time where I stepped on a tack and I didn't feel it.
What?
Yeah, dude. So it went like all the way into my.
Was this it?
Dude.
I just found it.
But it was actually something like that, dude. But it went in, and I was walking around my kitchen, and all I heard was a little
tack.
I was like, who the hell's here? Like,
got taps on.
I was getting so, and then I was like, oh shit, it's me. I pulled it out.
Somebody was following you. You're like,
yeah, dude. I was swinging. I was know if it was the kid or not, dude. And I took it out. So like, it was cool. I mean, I felt like
put it on the wall.
Oh, let me go ahead and put this on the
sticky note. Boom.
I felt like a cheap Wolverine though. You know what I'm saying? Like, it didn't.
Hitting factor.
Yeah, dude. So I mean, it was cool. It was good. What it was.
Man, the other day, and now that you were bringing up the whole Wolverine thing, we were talking about the whole cryo freeze. Remember last weekend?
Yeah, last weekend.
And you had brought that up, and I mean, I know fighters out there use it, and like I was telling you, like I love the cold weather, man. Like I mean, when it's cold, I'm out there in a shirt and shorts, and I literally feel like my body's healing itself, man.
Yeah.
Have you done that?
The cryo freeze?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Fatima took me.
Oh wow!
Fatima took me, man, and she was just like, "Yeah, you'll like it. You'll be all right." And I was getting ready for the grappling match, and yeah, I mean, it was cool. I mean, I don't. Like,
you didn't get in there, put a beer in there.
Yeah. They was it? There was a Alamo cryo freeze, I believe.
Oh, so it was that little gap.
The thing, yeah. So I'm standing there and something like that, and they're like, "Hey, spin around," and I'm like, "All right, cool." And like, yeah, it was cold as shit. You know what I'm saying? But they get the little gloves on you, and you have shorts on, and you're just spinning around or whatever. And then I mean, I felt cool. I didn't do enough of those or whatever, but afterwards, man, I did the leg compression, like the sleeve compression therapy.
Nice.
Dude, that was cool, man. Like I was telling the lady last week, what do you call it? Like my knee would get swollen, you know, just from selecting and stuff like that. So every Tuesday I made it a point to make an appointment, and I would come in, pay my $30 or whatever it was, and put the sleeves on, and it would just compress, and it felt great, man. And the blood, started flowing again, and everything was good to go. So it was good, man. I like that a lot better than the cryo freeze.
You see, and the compressions, I mean, what were they? They weren't like the neoprene, right? They were like full sleeve.
They were full sleeves. Yeah, they
I
go.
can see that, man.
Yeah, from the foot all the way pretty much to like your whole leg.
And I mean, the reason for that is for circulation. Or?
Circulation, man. All right, so it was cool, man. It presses it, massages it, man, and you can kind of you get with the lady, and she'll set the pressure, and I guess it's like a scale of like 1 to 10. And she was like, "Which one you want?" I was like, 10. I was like, "Well, you know, that's what I'm here for,
sure.
right? Don't, yeah. I'm not gonna be like, hey, can you just do a 1? Like, no.
A point 0.05.
Yeah, please no. I'm hey, beat the shit out of me.
Yeah. No, yeah. I mean,
let's get it going. You know what I'm saying? So, we did that, and it was cool, man. I liked it. I enjoyed it. I did the arm one too. At one time, so I did I did both the leg and the arm and something like that. Just, you know,
you're walking like I do in the morning, like freaking Frankenstein, bro. Like,
but it was cool. But why did I stop? I was just one day, just like, hey man, I'm good. I think my schedule changed, and yeah, so I went from because I was off like every Tuesday, and so my schedule changed, and I started working. You know, Monday.
And that was for that grappling tournament you made.
Yeah.
How'd you do?
Not well. Not well.
Yeah, where's that leg sleeve?
I need that again. It was like I know I'll sore the next day. But yeah, that ended up working Monday through Wednesday, and then also Sunday. So yeah, it was a whole deal. But that's why I stopped.
And of course, that was your first grappling tournament ever.
Yeah.
Right? I think you have mentioned that. That's how I was like, man, I mean, talk about... And you see, let me ask you this, because, I mean, you have fought in the cage, and you fought around people and lights. I mean, was it different?
It was different.
You're like, hey, dim the lights. You're like, too bright in here.
The lights were really bright. I mean, depending on the venue, right? I mean, they usually are bright, but it was just a different feel. Like, I don't know, like, even like the cardio, like the pace, like the... I don't know. I really did feel out.
I can't punch this guy.
Yeah, like I really did kind of felt out of my element, man. And then I did a grappling match and shoot even with the I went up a couple weight classes too because we didn't have anybody. And that's the other thing about grappling matches, like you show up and you're expecting to at a certain weight or whatever, and then it's like, hey man, we don't have anybody. And then, can you move up a division? Can you go up a class? And I'm like, yeah.
Just do absolute, man.
I'm like, actually, I did.
Oh, really?
I did that too. So they're just like, oh, well, excuse me. They're like, yeah, well, go ahead and do that, man. We'll get you medal, whatever. So I was like, cool. And yeah, it was crazy. But yeah, it sucked being underneath the guy another 20, 30 pounds heavier than me.
You were like, hey, fatty. No, you see, and that was the thing back in the day because I was able to compete a couple of times. I mean, I wasn't a big fan of driving anywhere for an hour, and then it was a mess. But yeah, man. I mean, I competed, and our mentality back then was like, man, I'm gonna do gi, no gi, absolute, women's division, all that shit. I want all of it, dude. I'm like, hey, the kids class, I'll take it.
The women.
Like I'll go home with something. But yeah, I mean, but we used to go literally sign up for everything, and just because, man, it was like, dude, that's the same fee. We're already here, like.
You might as well.
Yeah, just wait and get in there, man.
And yeah, it even got to the point where I was like walking around. I was like, hey man, does anybody need a match? Like, what's up, dude? You want to fucking get on here, dude? I'll chuck that. What are you like 11? I'll chuck the shit out you.
Right? You and your dad. Come on, let's go.
Dude.
Beat you both up.
Yeah, that would suck, right? You get your ass beat by the dad and then by the kid. Like,
oh damn, dude, that was like, something. All right. But man, real quick, bro, too. Of course, that whole slap incident. I mean, of course, I have posted something on there, but Arnold Schwarzenegger. Of course, he's doing the slap fighting championship, and it just. And I thought about it, and I said, dude, nobody's gonna pay. Nobody's gonna watch this, and I'm thinking, dude, people pay to watch it on the screen, So I was like, But slap fighting championship, man. What do you think, man? Can we put you on there or what?
What division? I mean,
absolute, bro.
No. I mean, if this is my first one, man, put me in that Will Smith category.
There you go, man.
Because Will Smith slapped a 150-pound dude and like barely moved him, so like that's cool.
Yeah, I'll take it. Let me ask you this: do you think it was real after watching what you have and?
I don't know. What's real anymore, right? I don't know, man. We can probably get into another whole talk about. All this stuff. I think it was there.
It happened.
I think people can kind of draw their own conclusions whether it was based on what Jada was taking, but then there's another angle where it shows that she wasn't even whatever. So
yeah.
I mean, I think the take I'm gonna take from it, man, is I think men need to be able to express themselves. I think, Will Smith, I mean, he's been the blunt of so many jokes for the last couple of years. And I think all celebrities have been it. But that's kind of like the sacrifice they make for being in the public eye, right? But it's...
That's why I stay low-key, bro.
Yeah, dude. Like,
otherwise, I'd be up there too, man.
Yeah, like, I just think there was I don't think it was the Chris Rock joke that made the whole deal. I think that just happened to be the last straw. And he just slapped somebody. He probably wanted to slap Jada.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
But he
I'm
since he can't
he
slap her.
Exactly. I'm thinking he slapped him because he was like, nah.
With Chris Rock and Jada, they're probably about the same height, same weight, right? Just gotta shave Chris a little bit more.
Same haircut. No, but you know what though, man? I will say this though, bro. For me, I looked at it and I saw it, and after he slapped him, there's clips where Will Smith turns around and he's laughing.
Yeah.
And I think it was a setup. I mean, whether it was to raise their stake, because I think there was somebody that posted the other day that Chris Rock's show went up, he's out there. So I was like, well, maybe it was it had to have been a publicity stunt or a distraction from somebody.
It's hard for me to believe that it was real. I mean, it's but again, if I just take the situation for what it's worth, and I think for me it's a good teaching moment for my kids, for anybody else or anybody that's young. It's like, hey man, look, we know you go through stuff, we know you do all this. Just let us know. Yeah. Talk to us a little bit, man. So stuff like this doesn't happen, right?
Oh yeah.
And I wish, there was a lot more talk about that.
We had talked about that before the incident, man. About people, you need someone to talk to.
You gotta express yourself, man. And
don't be slapping people.
Yeah, I mean, you can.
Oh yeah.
Can you? I mean, I don't know. Can I say that? I'm gonna say it. I mean, but you know what I mean. But I think brings me to another point too, though, is people should learn how to defend themselves too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, I think Chris Rock, he should have seen the warning signs. You know what I'm saying? You just said a joke. You see a dude 6'2" walking your way, with a purpose, like, hey man, get your distance.
No, you see, and that's another thing too, because if somebody come at me after, I would be expecting something. He'd put his head out and. But yeah, man. But real quick, man, of course, I wanted to post this out there, man. I mean, the guys, they sent me a shirt and some stickers, man. Big Man Syndrome. BMS, bro. I mean, they're out there.
Oh, yeah.
For big guys like myself, all this muscle.
For us, man. Let me see that, dude. Let me see that stick, man. Is that a good stick? Let me see.
I took a Frisbee. Hey, I suck at Frisbee, so.
That's all right, dude.
But yeah, man, I mean, so that's, they reached out, and of course, I mean, I'm going to keep up with them. Hopefully this coming week, I'm going to go on there and bring them back in. But the guys, I mean, they have a product, they want to push it, so by all means, man, if I can help by any means, then I will.
Dude, definitely, man. That's a cool looking shirt too, man.
I know, dude. I liked it, dude. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, and Big Man Syndrome, man. I mean, they would make a killing over here in San Antonio.
Oh yeah.
there's a lot of big guys here.
They would say I saw some the other day and I was like, dude, those are novelty shirts, Of course, well, every shirt is, but yeah. I was thinking dude, that would freaking kill, dude. There's a lot of big guys out here.
Easily, man. Walk around.
You have to make them a little bit wider in the stomach, but still.
That's a syndrome right there, man.
Oh yeah. Bro, another one too, man. I wanted to bring up before we put this to rest.
Gotcha.
As far as the fights, I mean, of course, we've been reaching out to fighters, I had Mel the other day, matchmaker for BYB, joined me.
Oh, yeah.
And the guy, man, I actually met him through Combate Americas. I mean, he was a matchmaker for them through the beginning. Ended up leaving the company. He's actually the matchmaker for a couple of regional fights in California. And the guy's working with BYB now, man. And I thought it was great for him to actually jump on board, and I appreciate that. And I was able to ask a few questions. I mean, just the fact that when it comes to matchmaking, what makes a good matchmaker. And one of the things that I came from that was basically being a fan. I mean, of course, you're watching fights, but the fact that somebody's, I guess, what they bring to the table, and then, you're thinking, hey, well, these two guys will match up pretty well. They both love to bang, they both love to, stay in the pocket or whatever, so. Yeah. So, of course, I mean, he's been doing it for a while. I mean, the fact that he, like you say, he gets paid for doing it, even better, right?
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, man, I mean, something like that, man, and thank you, Mel, for jumping on board. The videos on YouTube for those watching if you want to see it, or any other past show. But yeah, man, I mean, like I said, I'm bringing in other people this coming week. I've got one interview today. I've got fight breakdown with Jimmy Flick, like I posted. Sunday, I'm going to interview one more guy that's fighting on the B2B Fighting Series in Louisiana. They're going to be in, I'm going to say Minnesota this weekend, and I apologize if I get that wrong. But
I gotta put this out there too.
You know, I mean, of course, you know, Warren Stewart, Van Bo, and the crew are out there. But man, B2, man. I mean, I'm gonna plug them in only because they have a show every weekend. You know, they're traveling with it. I mean, I think that's freaking cool. You know, not this weekend, the following weekend, they're gonna be back in Louisiana. They've been in Oklahoma. They've been traveling the states, the Midwest, I would say. But you know, I'm a fan, dude. I mean, of course, Michigan. I'm sorry, they're gonna be in Michigan this weekend, and you know, I mean, that's the fact that they're out there, they're traveling with it. They'll be in Louisiana, like I said. I mean, that it's good for business because more and more fighters are watching them. They're picking up a lot of local fighters, and it's kind of like with the whole LFA thing. I like it because now there's talent that we're not seeing getting picked up and given an opportunity, man. But yeah, I mean, something like this, dude. I mean, you know, Warren Stewart's having a blast with it. He's out there, you know, having fun, and you know, I mean, obviously, I have him on social media. I'm gonna be bringing in the guy as well, you know, once a week just to kind of chime in and see where he's at. But I mean, it's cool, man. I wish I was out there. You know, I mean, he's driving.
It'd be nice, man.
Yeah, hey, hook it up. Throw me a 20, man. I'll drive out there. But yeah, I mean, the guy is driving. I think he drove from Oklahoma to Louisiana, which he said it was 8 hours, and then he drove to Michigan, which was like 15 hours, bro. God, and so yeah, he's getting a lot of mileage. Yeah. And but man, I mean, it's like old school road crew. You know, you go out there. I mean, he's been visiting the gyms, training with some of the fighters, and I mean, like he said, you can't beat that, man. He's able to train in places that he wouldn't have been able to as a fighter. Exactly. So he's getting those opportunities, and you know, so I wish the promotion well. You know, I hope they keep rolling. I'm going to be reaching out and getting a few more interviews. Like I said, I have one Sunday for one of the fighters in Louisiana. But hopefully after that, I'm going to be, you know, hitting up more. And everybody out there, man, if you have something coming up, the guy's local. I know Fury's coming back. So, I mean, if you're in San Antonio, hit me up. Hit up Aaron. He'll be here. Yeah, I mean, let us plug you in, man. Let's talk about your fight, your setup, your sponsors. Bring them on here. I mean, whatever. Like, I'm game. Set it up.
No, man, definitely, man. The more information out there, the better, man.
Yes, sir.
Especially when it comes to these promotions.
And, bro, man, once again, I thank you for coming by here. I know I had to drag you out of bed. You know, you're still wearing your PJs. People can't see that because, you know, you got
from the camera.
Top up. Yeah. But, man, I mean, anything you want to add, bro, before we wrap this up?
Let me see, man. I'm trying to think. No, well, you know what? Yeah, with Fiesta guys, just, man, be careful out there. You know, that's the biggest thing. I mean, we've already had, you know, number of UFC guys, you know, getting arrested and stuff like that. Yeah. So with Fiesta coming around, I mean, stay safe. You know, have fun, enjoy yourself, man. People on the street, man, just, you know, somebody bumps into you, man, is it really that big of a deal? Probably not, man. Just, it's crowded. You know, when you make the outside crowded, you're gonna run into some people, man. So you know, don't get into any trouble, man. Think about you know, the next day. You know, can you afford to get in trouble today? Probably not. Yeah, probably not, man. So everybody just be safe out there, man. That's my final thought.
No, and real quick, yesterday I had a Navy recruiter here. He's actually going to be coming on the show on the 19th.
Oh, nice.
But he just stopped by to check out the gym. I met him through one of my deliveries. But yesterday there was an incident across the street. Down the street, man, there was a car wreck. When we were in the lobby talking, we heard it. He ran out. The guy ran to his truck, had a first aid kit, ran to the scene, which I thought was freaking awesome. I was like, damn, you know, so props to him. I mean, you know, of course, I'm going to be bringing him back on the 19th. And I'm going to bring him in here for a few reasons, man. And one of them is, you know, a lot of fighters, man, just in general, just people in general. My kids, you know, they've had interest in joining the service. And, of course, it's an option for those, you know, I mean, looking for something to not so much settle with, but I mean, actually, you know, sign up for, serve our country, of course, you know, get benefits from it. And because of that, I'm going to bring him in here and just to kind of plug in the Navy and how to go about, you know, enlisting.
No, definitely, man. Everybody should serve.
Not. I'm too old, man. But yeah, everybody, all you young guys, man, you gotta sign up, bro. Come on, you gotta protect us old people. But everybody that has served, of course, first responders, I mean, military, law enforcement, ambulance, fire, you know, departments, of course, everybody out there, man. We appreciate you guys, and of course, you know, Aaron Suarez once again, Spider here. Till next time, follow up.